How's it going, guys? Today we'll be talking about the MT-VIKI USB 3.0 switcher, on how this little device has solved one of my biggest problems with the Kensington ProFit Ergo vertical trackball mouse, ultimately streamlined my entire workflow and improved my productivity. So let's go back to the beginning. Here is my problem. This is my favorite peripheral device of all time that I use for cursor control in navigating through web browsing, video editing, photo editing, and pretty much everything that I do on both my Mac and Windows machine. It is the Kensington ProFit Ergo vertical trackball mouse. So you have heard it right, a trackball mouse. It is old-fashioned, doesn't have the highest DPI setting, not suited for gaming, but it does two things absolutely brilliantly. That is, it provides a ton of customizability with a vast availability of buttons around the trackball, as well as provide a ton of ergonomics to your daily life. I made a full video talking about this. If you are interested to know in details about what the Kensington trackball mouse has to offer, feel free to check the video listed in the description box down below or link on the top right corner in the card above. That being said, back to the problem, which is specifically when needed to do device switching. Now, the Kensington ProFit Ergo is a wireless trackball mouse that features not just the 2.4 GHz dongle, it also comes with Bluetooth connectivity up to 2 devices, and there is a dedicated button for switching devices located on the top side of the mouse. However, if you have watched my first impression and review video of the trackball mouse, you will know that I've highlighted not once but twice on the device switching time being extremely slow. The position on the device switching button was perfect, being located on the top side of the mouse. However, the speed was utterly disappointing. In case if you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at this. It takes a whopping 3 seconds to trigger device switching from device 1 that is defaulted to the 2.4 GHz dongle to Bluetooth device 2, and another 3 seconds to Bluetooth device 3. Imagine circling from your Mac to your Windows PC where the Kensington trackball is connected to both. It would be a nightmare. What is even more frustrating is that I've also emailed Kensington's support team asking if this was an issue or there is any settings that we can change in the software, and sadly they said there is no settings that we can change and we are literally left with this. So I figured that I needed to take matters into my own hands and figure out a solution for this, seeing that this is probably one of my most cherished peripheral devices that I use every single day. I will not back down from this fight. This is where I remembered that device switching can be made simple across 2 devices, especially across 2 different machines. So I ended up with a KVM Switch, which stands for Keyboard, Video and Monitor Switch. Essentially, this piece of tech acts like a hub, and the main function of this KVM Switch is to control, switch between and manage multiple PCs or servers via a single keyboard, monitor and mouse. And since I didn't need the video feature from a KVM Switch, I opted to get something cheaper with only the USB sharing feature, which I got here. That is the MT-VIKI USB 3.0 switching box. Now let's take a look at the unboxing and what comes inside the box. Starting with an instruction manual, a 1.2 meter hand switch, a 1.2 meter USB-A to USB-C, 2 USB 3.0 Type A to Type A that is 1.5 meters long, and finally the switcher itself. This switch box is able to input 4 USB devices and connect up to 2 different machines. Has a hand switch that allows users to extend the reach of the switch, as well as a 5V DC jack for stable power supply. On a side note, it also supports USB 3.0 transfer speeds across device 1 and device 2. That's basically all there is in this package, and mainly the features of this KVM switch. Now, as simple as it sounds, this USB 3.0 switcher basically connects machine 1 to a set of peripherals like a keyboard and a mouse to a hub, and at the same time machine 2 is also connected to the hub, but it is not active. With the click of a button, the hub disconnects from machine 1 and connects to machine 2 with the same set of keyboard and mouse that the machine 1 was using. And this is the basis of how a KVM switch works. Of course, with the KVM switch that includes the monitor and video feature, it also switches your input video signal to the same monitor. That being said, the Kensington ProFit Ergo can now have a shorter switching time, up to 70% faster, from a whopping 10 seconds switching from the Mac to the Windows and back to the Mac to a mere 3 seconds. Truly a time saver when your nature of the work requires you to consistently switch between machines. So at the moment, I connected my Corn Cherry Light keyboard and the Kensington ProFit Ergo mouse to the KVM Switch, and this is my solution for the slow device switching of the Kensington ProFit Ergo trackball mouse. Although I don't really like the solution of purchasing another piece of tech in order to solve a problem, but this will have to cut it. If you are considering linking multiple machines with only using a set of keyboard and mouse and monitor, a KVM Switch could be something that you need to look out for. I picked up this KVM Switch without the video features, essentially a USB sharing hub, for about 3,000 yen, which is about $20 US, and I think for the price and the feature, it is an absolute no-brainer. And if the Corn Cherry Split Ergo keyboard piqued your interest, I also made a video talking about how you can build your very own Corn keyboard by yourself. Consider checking this one out as well. That being said, that's pretty much from me in this short video. I hope you have found this video insightful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken and I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, peace out, and bye bye. Done. Take 2. And there is a dedicated button for the device switching seconds to trigger to essentially this piece of. Now let's take a look at this switch box. Is it on a side note? And may there being